Hey guys, Marslingan here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today I am doing a bit of a fun theme team battle on the new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history, the versus BABADI'S army stage. So, I was trying to think of an interesting and fun theme team to run on this event. And I thought to myself, since Supreme Kai comes down to the World Tournament to approach Goku and friends to ask them to help him stop BABADI'S plan of reviving BUU, because BUU is a threat to basically all life in the universe. Now obviously back then in the BUU Saga there was no Dragon Ball Super, we didn't know about the upper pantheon of the gods, characters like BEERUS and Whis. So what if it was in fact the gods themselves that answered the call for aid from Supreme Kai? Now obviously BEERUS and Whis, they don't like to interfere in matters all that much. I mean, sometimes they do when they feel like it, I guess, like the rewind time and stuff, but they're not supposed to. But if BUU is indeed a threat to all life in the universe, plus, you know, it's BEERUS' job to go around destroying things, not BUU. So I thought, what? Let's make a full team of the actual godly beings themselves. So there's no Saiyans, no blue fusions, no anything like that on the team. We are using a full Realm of Gods team of only the godly beings themselves, and they are going to rain down holy vengeance on BABADI'S army. And it's kind of almost like it kind of almost reminds me of like a weird what if video, because it's like, what if BEERUS and Whis appeared at the start of the BUU Saga? I mean, yeah, they would literally just destroy everyone, and the BUU Saga just wouldn't happen because they would just get destroyed. Like, BEERUS would just destroy BABADI probably before BUU was even hatched, although of course the Fat Buu is the final enemy that you fight in this stage. So even if the cocoon hatched and Fat Buu was released, BEERUS would just Kai him out of existence. So I thought it'd be a fun theme team to run. There's a couple of interesting options that I'm looking into, because with the link level update, it does make some of these like fun theme team ideas actually a lot more viable, because the for example, one of the things I thought of for doing for this stage was a full BUU team and have it be the like BUU revolt against BABADI, which obviously happens, you know, at some point in the show, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to make a full BUU team to take on this stage. But unfortunately, without going through the link level up process and leveling up that margin link on all of the BUU units, of course, as you guys probably know, the BUU units are notorious for not having great key links. So I did give the team a quick try, and unfortunately there's just too many situations where units were not able to super attack, and also the team was quite STR heavy. So I found when we got nearer to the end and got to like the Majin Vegeta stage, who's AGL, and then the In BABADI who spams super attacks, like not getting supers means that you're not dealing as much damage, so then it means that that particular phase takes a lot longer, and so you just take too much damage. I think I hadn't used an item until I got to Majin Vegeta, because obviously the BUU team does have quite a lot of healing. But then because that stage took so long due to the fact of A, not getting supers, and B, not getting crits because the team has so many STR units, I think I ended up using like all 4 items in that fight. And even though I did manage to beat him, once we got onto BABADI, who just spams super attacks at you, it wasn't long before it resulted in a failure. So I would actually be very interested in trying that run again if I could get that whole team to level 10 links, but obviously, as I'm sure you all know from your own personal experiences over the last few days, there's a lot of units that take more priority for me to level up than a bunch of random BUUs just for the sake of that one video. Although I am interested in the fact that, because of course the new BUU is going to fit onto that team and potentially make the idea of a full BUU team even more interesting. So I do want to try and level up some of the units that I think are going to end up being on teams with the new units, because obviously we know the focus is all on the BUU Saga. We don't know what their leader skills are going to be, but it kind of goes without saying that other units from the BUU Saga, like other Vegetos, other BUUs, are going to end up being their best link buddies and best team members. So I do want to start leveling up some of those units as well. But either way, this I thought this would be a fun little theme team gimmick to do. Realm of Gods with only the godly beings themselves, no Saiyans, no blue fusions, and we'll see if we can get all the way through. Gowasu and Zamasu not getting any dodges is a little bit disappointing, but remember the AGL Zamasus do give us a pretty reasonable amount of healing at the start of the turn. Plus, I did manage to find this friend Zamasu. Is he, yeah, 90%? He has his links maxed out, so Big Bad Bosses, of course, when you get it to level 10, has no HP restriction. So he's going to be very, very strong throughout this entire run, which obviously is going to be a huge benefit to us. I might transform him later on into the event, because obviously once he's transformed, he won't have as much damage reduction, but he's going to start hitting incredibly hard. I do need to be careful though, because like I say, Babadi spams super attacks, so maybe keeping him untransformed so he has more damage mitigation is the better idea. But we'll cross that bridge once we come to it. So we are definitely not having any problems so far. Super attack for 7,000 damage, that's all fine by me. Yeah, we'll be looking good. BEERUS, like I say, for me, BEERUS is only 55%, so whilst he can still be really good, like we can still easily see him hit attack stats of like 3.5 million on this team, like when there's a support unit around. But unfortunately, we are fighting a lot of STR enemies, and because he's 55%, he can't crit. So let's get this Dokkan gauge almost full here. We should finish him off this turn, and then we can go on to whoever's next. I think it's Dabura next. We can go straight into the Dokkan attack with AGL Zamasu, which is actually a very, very great way to start off the next phase. So, oh, and of course, Supreme Kai of Time gives allies that crit chance. So BEERUS actually getting a crit, even though he is only 55%. Hey, that's what we like to see. Let's go. So, oh, look at that. So Dabura locks your units in place, which I really hate. It's one of the abilities that I think is probably the most annoying that the enemies can do to you in these events. But fortunately, he only locked Merge Zamasu in the middle, which is exactly where I was going to put him anyway. So AGL Zamasu can go ahead here and get the Dokkan attack. Unfortunately, no attack support because the Zamasu and Gowasu only buff defense, but this is the friend with level 10 links, so he's going to do a nice bit of damage here. 2.4 million on the attack stat. I guess I could have transformed him solely for the purpose of the Dokkan attack, and then we probably would have done an insane amount of damage, but like I said, I kind of want to keep him in this form just for the extra defense. So a nice 3 million damage, perfect way to start a new phase, and then have Tech Merge Zamasu come in here as well. Look at that, crit for 1.7. So a lot of damage this turn. Great way to start off the Dabura round here with an absolute ton of damage. And even Gowasu and Zamasu getting in on the crit life. But as you can see there, if they don't dodge, ooh, they took quite a bit of damage. But okay, so I'm not going to put BEERUS in the first slot here, because like BEERUS, when you take the first hit, it activates his passive, which he can then take hits reasonably well, even against an STR enemy. But when there's 3 attacks, I really don't want to take the risk of one of them being a super, especially when I can put Whis in the first slot and he just do that and dodge multiple times. Plus, actually, if I remember rightly, I'm pretty sure Dabura can still be attack loaded. Yeah, he can, so that keeps us a little bit safer. Although, watch him super attack in the middle now, just on that single attack in the middle. The only spot on the rotation where he's got type advantage. Okay, good. Additional from Zamasu, only a normal, but look at that, puts him down to his last health bar. So the friend with the max links next turn is going to be able to come in and finish him. Oh no. Oh, Dabura. Oh no, and we can't super with Supreme Kai, so she's going to get quite a bit of damage in this turn, unfortunately. So So we'll go ahead and do this. We're on full health, so it's not the end of the world. Don't super me, that would be good. 40k, that's not the worst. Ooh, additional super, okay good. This won't kill, but this buffs her defense. So that is actually good. Don't super? Okay, of course you did. 176, oof. So there you go. That is why I think the locking your units in place is the most annoying thing that the enemies can do, because sometimes they can seal you, yes, that's annoying. Sometimes, like, for example, the Legendary Goku event or some of the stages in the other Infinite Dragon Ball history stages, they can disable your ability to dodge. But, like, all of those things can be fairly easily mitigated. But, yeah, that's, we don't like that, so... Shall I use BEERUS' active skill here? I could put him in slot 1. Because then he'll get hit, that'll activate his full passive. Because yeah, his active skill gives him extra attack and defense as well, so... Yeah, let's do it. Because basically, as long as the first attack that he takes now this turn isn't a super, that fully activates his passive. We've also got Gowasu and Zamasu on the rotation, so everybody's getting another big defensive buff there as well. The only thing I'm wondering is, do I still go ahead and use an item here? It pretty much guarantees that I take no damage for the entire turn, but I feel like we're not going to take that much damage anyway, so let's risk it for the biscuit. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. That's nothing. And then as soon as the passive is activated, 5.6! And this gives him effective against all types as well, so nice bit of damage here. Yeah, 2.79. Big chunk of damage to Vegeta. And of course, we're not taking any damage in return. Now, he can't be attack lowered or sealed, so we do need Whis to come through with his dodges. There's one, and there's two. There you go. And then Gowasu and Zamasu on the back end. They can get hit pretty hard if they don't dodge. But that was a very, very good rotation. So they took 50k, but that was a very solid rotation. I'm very happy with that. So okay, so Zamasu, the Rainbow Friend. Now what I could do here, if I transform my Zamasu and put him here, this will activate all the links for this guy, and then thanks to Supreme Kai being in slot 3, then he should take very little damage, because he's still got his damage mitigation from being untransformed, but he's got that big bad bosses and everything active, so I think that's actually the smarter idea here, because Tech Zamasu is not around, and now this guy gets all of his links active at level 10, so considering our HP, I don't think I need to heal here, because yeah, just look at this, all this HP that we've got now, and then Supreme Kai of Time is going to be fine in the last slot. Yeah, look at that, double digits. Literally the only thing that hurts us here is if we get super attacked. So that's one of the things I do love, of course, about transformation units, especially when they're active skill based, is the fact that, as you can see, we can link up these two versions of Zamasu. Now obviously if their transformation was just a turn-based one, then you don't really get that opportunity, but this actually works out really nicely. And of course the transformed Zamasu now able to deal a lot more damage. So, and my Zamasu is 79%, so nice bit of damage that turn. And we go back to BEERUS and Whis. So let's see. I guess I have to kind of just rely on the Whis dodges again. And look at this, we can get a ton of same type orbs. No super for Merge Zamasu, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll be good here. It's all down to Whis and dodge this for sure. Ooh, that dodge face comes up quite late there. Ooh. Yes, 3 for 3. Let's go Whis, that's what we like to see. 2.8 for BEERUS. I'm pretty sure that means we're not going to finish him off here. Get the level 5 additional? Get that free 55% additional? No. Okay, so 13. That's not too bad. Gonna get our heals next turn. Yeah, look at that. Good stuff. Oh, and we've got Kawasu and Zamasu here as well. So this is just gonna be yet another turn of Mr. Zamasu takes no damage in slot 1. So that's what we like to see. Get some more same type orbs, and look at that, we're basically back up to full health again. So I believe that means we are still yet to use an item, and we are about to get to Mr. Super Attack spam, the Int Barbady. I am not going to take any risks here, I think, and we are just going to go for the item usage, because hopefully Whis will dodge. Supreme Kai of Time would take quite a bit of damage though, that's the only problem, because I am almost kind of tempted to not use an item here, because if Whis dodges, even if Supreme Kai just takes the full super to the face, worst case scenario is we take like 200k, but I think we probably should use it, because then that puts us in a situation where if Whis doesn't dodge, then we potentially die. So I think we should play it safe, go ahead and use the actual Whis item, and then hope that our boy comes in clutch for us here. Okay, yeah, dodge from Whis. Plus, of course, the Whis item lasts for 2 turns, so that means we are going to have it active next turn. And based on how the rotation plays out, because we're going to have Tech Zamasu back, but we've transformed the other Zamasu, that should mean that I won't have to put Tech Zamasu in front of a super, because he's obviously only attacking in 2 of the 3 slots. Yeah, see, she still took 130k, but then we get a nice big heal. Okay, yeah, so I can just go ahead and do this then. So that's all good. Plus we get a full heal from the orbs. And then that leaves us ready for next turn. The Whis is still in effect, so I wonder if we'll still take double digits here. Yeah, look at that, good stuff. I wonder how much my Zamasu will take though. He has less damage reduction now, and of course his links are not leveled, so Big Bad Bosses is not active for him. Decent enough damage. How much is he going to take here? Yeah, 46k. That's actually not too bad. We will take that. So, take Mode Zamasu, get a crit here. Need to overcome that type of advantage. Okay, sadly not. Stop sealing Whis. Okay, so 37, 18. Okay, Whis does actually get a little bit extra attack by being there. So do this. Now I'm not gonna use an item here because BEERUS should be okay because of his type advantage, plus of course the big defensive buff from Kawasu and Zamasu, and then we're just gonna count on Whis to dodge. So hopefully he won't let us down here. Of course, Whis had to be sealed because Whis might actually be unable to have finished off Babadi here. It means we are going to have to go into the next turn because Kawasu and Zamasu aren't really enough to finish him off. Okay, good, we get the dodge. Whew. The edge of my seat there, Whis. Need to not be taking these super attacks. So, oh wow, they actually did take him out. Okay, I underestimated their power. So, 1,000,000 damage, that's all good. And now we go on to Fat Buu. So yeah, we are at the beginning of the end now. This is, oh, and we're getting the Dokkan attack. Ooh, okay, so we're going to do this, because we want the harder hitting Zamasu up front. Grab these, and then that allows us to get the same type orbs. I think what I'll do here, I'm just going to use a Whis, because that guarantees that we're not going to take any sort of crazy damage here. Supreme Kai of Time getting super attacked in the last spot would have been really bad. So I feel like rather than make a mistake and die after, what are we at now, almost 20 minutes of recording, let's just go ahead and use that Whis. And that pretty much puts us onto the home stretch, because for the next 2 turns we're not really going to take any damage. Hopefully we get some nice big damage off this Dokkan attack. Not bad. Not bad. And then of course the friend Zamasu is the ultimate tank, especially with Supreme Kai of Time on the rotation. So yeah, we are all good here. And of course next turn, Whis has type advantage. 12 damage from the super attack. Let's go. 12 damage from a super and then 12 damage from the follow-up normal attack. It's kind of funny. So yeah, look at that. Just not a scratch. Supreme Kai even throwing in the little dodge. Why not? And see, so Buu. Okay, yeah, Buu heals. So Buu is going to be a bit of a pain. He's going to stick around for a little bit, but that's okay. Ooh, look at that. Those involves dropped down just right so I could get a super attack for the Tech Mode Zamasu. That's good. Because Tech Mode Zamasu is definitely not a great tank, so the fact that we still have the Whis item active means that we should be all good here. BEERUS, of course, unable to get his full passive, but we still have a pretty high attack stat, so definitely not going to complain about that. We just got to make sure we can deal more damage to Buu than he can heal over these turns, because we only have a couple of specific like big hard hitters, so we've got to make sure he's not out healing our damage output. Double supers from Zamasu, of course, is very helpful. Just do an extra like 3 million damage on the end there. Million damage for free, not 3 million, but you guys know what I mean, I'm sure. Okay, so you can tank all those hits. Now, I've got 2 Princess Snakes, but we are basically on full health, which leaves me in a situation where I don't really want to use one of them, but if Gowasu and Zamasu don't dodge effectively at the end there, they will get absolutely beaten into the ground by this Buu, especially if one of the attacks is a super attack. So I feel like it's better to be safe than sorry, especially because next turn the combination of Whis and BEERUS, especially with Whis having type advantage, is so good defensively that we won't need to use an item next turn. I mean, obviously, you know, watch now Gowasu and Zamasu will just come through and actually dodge every single attack for me. But, like I said, better to be safe than sorry, especially when you've been recording for 20 minutes. It's always very irritating when you get right near the end of these runs and then die. So, yeah, see, that's not much of a heal. Of course, he supers here. We get the dodge. Okay, so the item wasn't really necessary. I mean, these would have been, what, 60, 70k hits, but we only took 1. So, I guess we are all good. So, these for you, these for you, and these for you. So I think this should be GG now, because Whis, whilst not being the hardest hitter in the world, will do a nice amount of damage here thanks to the type advantage. And then BEERUS, even without his passive active, we have the support from Supreme Kai. So he's going to be at what, 4.3. Okay, well, yeah, that's hopefully going to do it here for Buu. Yeah, 1.6 mil. Goodbye, Fat Buu. Look at that smug look on BEERUS' face. Now the BUU Saga, as we know it, will never come to pass because the god of destruction himself, Hakai's Buu, out of existence right after hatching from the cocoon. And so there you go, that is the full Godly Beings Realm of Gods team defeating the BABADI'S army stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history. Not the fastest run, we used a bunch of items, but it was something a little bit different, something that I thought would be a bit fun. So let me know what you guys think down below. I've done many in the past. I will often do theme teams for videos based on your guys' suggestions. So if you have any ideas, leave them in the comment section below, and they may well become a video at some point. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. Those links are in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.